Captain Olivia Winters stood at the reinforced windows of Lunar Base Alpha, her eyes fixed on the strange constellation of lights approaching Earth. They weren't stars, they moved with purpose, with intent. After 15 years of serving as head of Earth's Deep Space Monitoring Division, she was about to witness what humanity had both dreamed of and dreaded: first contact with an advanced alien civilization. "Status report," she commanded, her voice steady despite the gravity of the moment. Lieutenant Raj Patel's fingers flew across his holographic display. "The objects are maintaining their course, Captain. We're counting approximately 300 vessels, ranging from cruiser to dreadnought class. Based on their energy signatures, their technology is significant." In the depths of the Cheyenne Mountain complex, the United Earth Defense Council was already gathering. Representatives from every nation sat around a massive circular table, their faces illuminated by the soft blue glow of holographic displays showing the approaching fleet. Director Thomas Blackwood, a veteran of multiple global conflicts and the architect of Earth's unified defense strategy, stood before the assembly. His weathered face showed no fear, only grim determination. "Ladies and gentlemen, what we've prepared for over the last 50 years is now reality. Operation Sentinel is now active. Across Earth's surface and throughout the solar system, hidden military installations hummed to life. Quantum sensors embedded in seemingly innocent satellites began tracking the alien fleet's every movement. Defensive systems that had been disguised as mining operations on Mars and Venus powered up their cores. The alien fleet, representing the Dominion, a vast empire spanning hundreds of star systems, approached with supreme confidence. High Commander Zorax, a being of crystalline composition, observed the blue planet through sensory arrays that could detect the slightest gravitational fluctuation. "Another primitive world to add to our collection," Zorax communicated to his command staff through pulses of light. "Prepare the standard subjugation protocol." But Earth was anything but primitive. In orbit, thousands of microsatellites, invisible to conventional scanning methods, tracked the Dominion fleet's every move. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, the quantum supercomputer Athena processed combat scenarios faster than light itself. The first message from the Dominion arrived with typical imperial arrogance: "People of Earth, you stand in the presence of the Dominion, rulers of 1,000 stars. Your world has been chosen to join our empire. Resist, and you will be conquered. Submit, and you may prosper under our guidance. You have one planetary rotation to respond." In the council chamber, Director Blackwood shared a knowing look with Fleet Admiral Yoshiko Tanaka. For decades, they had led the secret development of Earth's defensive capabilities, knowing this day would come. "Send them our response," Blackwood ordered. The message was simple: "We choose neither submission nor conquest. We choose coexistence or conflict, the choice is yours. Be warned, we are not what we seem." On his command ship, Zorax's crystalline form pulsed with amusement. In 10,000 years of expansion, the Dominion had heard many brave words from soon-to-be conquered peoples. But as his fleet moved closer to establish orbital dominance, the first signs appeared that this encounter would be different. Their long-range scanners detected nothing unusual, and that was precisely the problem. Any civilization advanced enough for space travel should have had satellites, space stations, defense systems. The complete absence of visible infrastructure was troubling. Lieutenant Patel's voice cut through the tense atmosphere of Lunar Base Alpha. "Captain, they're moving into attack formation. Entering optimal defense range in 3 minutes." Captain Winters allowed herself a small smile. "Initiate Protocol 0. Let's show them why humanity's warning should have been heeded." Across the solar system, humanity's true face was revealed. The seemingly empty space around Earth shimmered as thousands of quantum-cloaked defense platforms materialized. The abandoned mining facilities on Mars transformed into massive rail gun batteries. And from behind the moon, Earth's real fleet emerged, ships built with technology that the Dominion had never encountered. High Commander Zorax's crystalline form vibrated with shock as new sensor readings flooded his command center. The primitive planet had hidden an entire military infrastructure from their scans, something that should have been impossible. In the council chamber, Director Blackwood watched the alien fleet's reaction. "They're realizing their mistake," he observed. "The question is, will they be wise enough to retreat?" The answer came in the form of plasma torpedoes launched from the Dominion's lead ships. But Earth was ready. The quantum-cloaked platforms activated their gravity manipulation fields, causing the torpedoes to curve harmlessly into space. "They've made their choice," Admiral Tanaka announced. "All units, execute Battle Plan Theta. Show them what humanity has been preparing for." As the first real battle between Earth and the Dominion began, one thing became crystal clear: humanity's warning had been more than mere bravado. It was the sound of a sleeping giant awakening, ready to defend its home with technology and determination that would shake the foundations of the galaxy. The Dominion was about to learn why humans had spent centuries telling stories about alien invasions. They weren't just stories, they were preparation. And now, that preparation would be put to the ultimate test. The first barrage from Earth's defense systems took the Dominion completely by surprise. Quantum-tipped missiles phased through their strongest shields like they weren't there. High Commander Zorax's crystalline form pulsed with unprecedented patterns of distress as reports of damage flooded his command center. Impossible. His thoughts resonated through the ship's neural network. Their technology shouldn't be this advanced. We monitored them for decades. On the bridge of the EDS Hyperion, Earth's most advanced battleship hidden until now in the dark side of Mars, Admiral Tanaka watched the battle unfold through augmented reality displays. The massive vessel, nearly invisible thanks to its dark matter cloaking system, represented humanity's greatest technological achievement. "Status report on the Dominion fleet," she commanded. Commander Marcus Rodriguez, her tactical officer, analyzed the incoming data streams. "Their shields are adapting to our quantum weapons, Admiral. But they still haven't detected our gravimetric disruptors. 30 of their ships have been disabled, with minimal damage to our forces." Deep within Cheyenne Mountain, Director Blackwood coordinated with defense installations worldwide. The Quantum Entanglement Communication Network, another secret humanity had kept hidden, allowed instantaneous strategic adjustments across the solar system. "Activate the Artemis grid," he ordered. In response, hundreds of seemingly dormant satellites around Earth sparked to life. These weren't ordinary satellites, they were nodes in a vast energy web designed to trap and redirect enemy weapons fire. As the Dominion's plasma cannons opened fire, the grid caught their energy and turned it back against them. High Commander Zorax watched in growing horror as his fleet's most powerful weapons were not only neutralized but reflected back. His crystalline form flickered with patterns that none of his crew had ever seen before, the equivalent of human panic. "How?" he broadcast to his tactical analysts. "Their orbital defense network, it's more advanced than anything in the known galaxy. Even the Ancient One's relics don't display this level of sophistication." Captain Winters, monitoring the battle from Lunar Base Alpha, allowed herself a grim smile. "Humanity has always been good at hiding our true capabilities," she murmured. "Lieutenant Patel, activate the quantum entanglement mines." Space itself seemed to twist as thousands of invisible weapons materialized around the Dominion fleet. Each mine was connected through quantum entanglement, forming a deadly web that could transmit explosive force instantly across vast distances. In the council chamber, Director Blackwood received an urgent communication from Dr. Natasha Volkov, head of Earth's Xenobiology Division. "Sir, we've completed our analysis of their biology. The crystalline beings, they have a critical weakness. Their molecular structure becomes unstable when exposed to specific frequencies of tachyon radiation." This information quickly spread through Earth's command network. Within minutes, engineers were recalibrating weapons systems to exploit this vulnerability. The Dominion, for all their supposed superiority, had never encountered an enemy that could adapt so quickly. Admiral Tanaka's voice carried across the quantum comm network, all ships, reconfigure your tachyon emitters to frequency range Delta 9. Target their command vessels first. The effect was devastating. Dominion ships began to shudder as their crystalline crews experienced molecular destabilization. Their once perfect formation broke apart as ships tried to retreat from the unexpected attack. High Commander Zorax felt his own structure beginning to vibrate dangerously. "Fall back," he ordered. "Regroup at the outer system boundary." But as his fleet tried to retreat, they discovered another of humanity's hidden strengths. The space between Earth and Mars rippled as massive gravity wells suddenly activated, created by technology reverse-engineered from studies of black holes. The Dominion ships found themselves trapped, unable to engage their faster-than-light drives. From her position on the Hyperion, Admiral Tanaka watched the enemy's disarray with satisfaction. "They thought we were primitive because we chose to appear so," she said to her bridge crew. "Humanity learned long ago that it's better to be underestimated." The battle had turned into a demonstration of humanity's true technological prowess. Quantum weapons, gravity manipulation, tachyon beams, and dark matter technology, all had been developed in secret, waiting for this very moment. Director Blackwood's voice came through the command network. "Phase 2 begins now. Show them why Earth isn't just another conquest." Across the solar system, more of humanity's hidden strengths emerged. Automated defense platforms around Jupiter activated, launching swarms of AI-controlled fighters. The research stations on Venus revealed themselves as massive energy weapon platforms. Even the asteroid belt concealed surprises, thousands of mobile missile platforms disguised as ordinary rocks. High Commander Zorax, his crystalline form now vibrating dangerously, broadcast an emergency message to the Dominion Central Command: "We gravely underestimated the humans. They are not primitives playing with borrowed technology. They have surpassed even our greatest achievements, and they kept it all hidden. Request immediate reinforcements." But help would take days to arrive, and Earth wasn't finished revealing its secrets. Captain Winters directed the activation of the Lunar Defense Grid, a network of quantum computers that could predict and counter enemy tactics before they were even executed. "They're trying to establish a new defense formation," Lieutenant Patel reported. "The lunar AI is already calculating countermeasures." The battle had become a nightmare for the Dominion fleet. Every tactic they tried was met with a perfectly calculated response. Every weapon they launched found its way back to its source. Their supposedly superior technology was being systematically dismantled by defenses they never saw coming. In the council chamber, Director Blackwood received reports from across the solar system. Earth's hidden strength had turned what the Dominion expected to be a simple conquest into a devastating defeat. But he knew this was just the beginning. "Prepare for Phase 3, he ordered. "They'll be back with reinforcements, and we need to show them that what they've seen so far is just the tip of the iceberg." As the remnants of the Dominion fleet struggled to escape Earth's gravity wells, humanity's message was clear: they had spent centuries preparing for this moment, developing technologies in secret, building defenses that no one could detect. The galaxy was about to learn that appearing primitive had been humanity's greatest strategy of all. The reinforcements arrived sooner than expected. 3 days after the initial battle, quantum sensors throughout the solar system detected a massive hyperspace disturbance. The Dominion had returned, and this time they brought their full might. Grand Marshal Xerxes, the highest-ranking military commander in the Dominion, led the armada personally. His crystalline form, twice the size of regular Dominion warriors, pulsed with deadly purpose as he observed the Earth through his ship's sensors. 5,000 ships, he transmitted to his fleet. The largest force ever assembled in Dominion history. These humans will learn the price of defiance. In the war room beneath Mount Fuji, Admiral Tanaka studied the holographic display of the approaching armada with Dr. Volkov and Director Blackwood. The sheer size of the enemy fleet cast a shadow across the entire outer solar system. "They're angry," Tanaka noted, her expression stern but composed. "Good. Angry enemies make mistakes." Director Blackwood nodded. Activate Project Prometheus. Deep beneath the surface of Mercury, a facility that had been hidden for decades hummed to life. The intense heat and radiation of the closest planet to the Sun had provided perfect cover for humanity's most ambitious weapon development program. Lieutenant Patel's voice came through the quantum comm. Project Prometheus is online, sir. The artificial sun is ready for deployment. The Dominion fleet approached in a massive sphere formation, designed to prevent any escape. Grand Marshal Xerxes had studied the reports from the first battle extensively. He believed he understood humanity's tricks now. Deploy the phase shields, he ordered. Their quantum weapons won't penetrate them this time. But humanity had anticipated this. Captain Winters, now coordinating from a stealth command post in the Kuiper Belt, gave the signal. Execute Operation Solar Wind. The artificial sun, a containment sphere of pure plasma energy, launched from Mercury's surface. To the Dominion sensors, it appeared to be a normal solar flare, until it started moving against the solar wind, directly toward their fleet. Impossible. Xerxes's form pulsed with alarm. Solar phenomena cannot be controlled like this. Dr. Volkov's voice carried across the command network. The artificial sun is performing exactly as designed. Its magnetic field is interfering with their crystalline neural networks. The battle that followed would be remembered for centuries. The Dominion's massive fleet found itself facing not just Earth's revealed technology, but entirely new weapons and strategies. The artificial sun forced their ships to scatter, breaking their carefully planned formation. From bases hidden in Mars's polar ice caps, Earth launched its reconstructed fleet. These weren't the same ships from the first battle. These vessels had been modified, improved, adapted specifically to counter Dominion technology. Commander Rodriguez, leading a squadron of stealth cruisers, executed a daring attack run through the scattered enemy formation. Phoenix Squadron, engage quantum slipstream drives. Target their command ships. The human vessels seemed to phase in and out of reality, making them impossible to track. They struck with precision, their weapons now calibrated to the exact frequency that would disrupt crystalline life forms. Grand Marshal Xerxes watched in growing horror as his supposedly invincible armada was systematically dismantled. How, he broadcast. How do they keep adapting so quickly? The answer lay in humanity's greatest strength, their diversity of thought. While the Dominion relied on rigid hierarchies and standardized tactics, Earth's forces operated with remarkable independence and creativity. From her position in the Kuiper Belt, Captain Winters coordinated with the lunar AI to predict enemy movements. They're falling back to their secondary formation, she reported. Just as the AI predicted. Director Blackwood's voice came through, time for Phase 2. Release the swarm. What looked like a cloud of space debris near Jupiter suddenly came alive. Millions of nanoscale robots, each one carrying a tiny quantum charge, moved as one massive entity. The Dominion had no defense against an enemy they couldn't even see properly. Dr. Volkov, monitoring from her lab, reported triumphantly, the nanites are successfully infiltrating their hull breaches. Their crystalline technology is being disrupted at the molecular level. The battle reached a new intensity as the Dominion realized they were fighting an enemy that had prepared for this conflict in ways they never imagined. Their mighty armada, which had conquered countless civilizations, found itself trapped between an artificial sun and a cloud of microscopic destroyers. Admiral Tanaka watched from the bridge of the Hyperion as human ingenuity proved superior to raw power. All ships, execute Protocol Omega. Show them why humanity's creativity is our greatest weapon. The protocol revealed another of Earth's hidden advantages. Every human ship suddenly split into 3 perfect copies, advanced holograms powered by quantum entanglement. The Dominion's targeting systems couldn't distinguish the real vessels from their duplicates. Grand Marshal Xerxes, his crystalline form now showing signs of stress fractures, made a desperate decision. Concentrate all fire on their planetary defenses. If we can't defeat their fleet, will make their world burn. But Earth had prepared for this too. The Artemis grid, now fully powered, created a shield of pure energy around the planet. The combined firepower of 5,000 Dominion ships splashed harmlessly against it. Director Blackwood's voice carried a note of grim satisfaction. Activate the quantum cascade. End this. The quantum cascade was humanity's masterstroke. Every quantum-entangled weapon in the solar system fired simultaneously, their effects multiplied by the entanglement. Space itself seemed to twist as the laws of physics were temporarily rewritten. The result was devastating. Dominion ships began to break apart as the quantum cascade disrupted the very bonds holding their molecules together. Their mighty armada, the largest ever assembled, was being unmade by forces they barely understood. Grand Marshal Xerxes, watching his fleet disintegrate, finally understood. The humans hadn't just prepared for war, they had revolutionized it. His final transmission to the Dominion capital would change the course of galactic history: retreat from Earth. They are not primitives. They are not merely powerful. They are something else entirely. They are humanity, and we have awakened them. As the surviving Dominion ships fled in chaos, Captain Winters allowed herself a small smile. Send a message to their capital, she ordered. Tell them, this was just our first line of defense. Consider carefully if you want to see the rest. The battle was over, but its impact would echo across the galaxy. Humanity had revealed itself not as another primitive species to be conquered, but as a force that had quietly achieved technological supremacy while appearing vulnerable. The age of human isolation was over, and the galaxy would never be the same. In the aftermath of the Great Battle, Earth's victory seemed complete. But in the depths of space, aboard the remnants of the Dominion fleet, Grand Marshal Xerxes made a discovery that would change everything. His crystalline form pulsed with intense patterns as he analyzed the data from their defeat. The humans, he transmitted to his remaining officers, they didn't just defeat us. They were testing us. Dr. Volkov, working in her quantum laboratory beneath the Pacific Ocean, made a similar revelation. As she studied the crystalline fragments recovered from destroyed Dominion ships, her eyes widened. Director Blackwood, she called through the quantum comm, you need to see this immediately. Within hours, Earth's leadership gathered in the Olympus Command Center, carved into the heart of Mars' tallest mountain. The holographic displays showed Dr. Volkov's findings in vivid detail. The Dominion isn't just an empire, she explained, her voice tense with urgency. They're refugees. Their crystalline form, it's not natural. It's an adaptation forced upon them by something far worse. Admiral Tanaka leaned forward, her usually stoic expression showing concern. Explain. Their molecular structure contains quantum signatures I've never seen before. They're running from something that forced them to literally change their physical form to survive. And based on these readings, that threat is heading toward our galaxy. The revelation sent shockwaves through Earth's command structure. Captain Winters, joining via quantum projection from her Kuiper Belt outpost, voiced what everyone was thinking: we're not just fighting an empire. We're dealing with survivors of an extinction-level event. Meanwhile, aboard his flagship, Xerxes made his own decision. Breaking 5,000 years of Dominion protocol, he initiated direct communication with Earth. Humans, his transmission began, you have proven yourselves beyond worthy adversaries. But there are things you need to know. Truths that will affect every living being in this galaxy. Director Blackwood received the transmission personally. After conferring with the Council, he agreed to a meeting. The location, neutral territory in the orbit of Saturn, aboard a specially constructed diplomatic vessel. As the diplomatic ship Endeavour moved into position, Commander Rodriguez oversaw security. Multiple quantum scanners active, he reported. No signs of deception or hidden weapons. The meeting that followed would be remembered as the moment everything changed. Xerxes, his massive crystalline form dimmed to appear less threatening, faced Director Blackwood and Admiral Tanaka across a table designed to accommodate both species. 3,000 years ago, Xerxes began, his words translated by quantum interpreters, our species faced annihilation. They came from between the galaxies, beings of pure energy that consumed everything in their path. We called them the Devourers. The holographic displays showed images that made even the hardened military leaders flinch. Entire star systems being consumed, civilizations wiped out in moments. We transformed ourselves, Xerxes continued. Changed our very molecular structure to survive. Became the crystalline beings you see today. We built our empire not out of greed, but desperation, trying to prepare as many species as possible for what's coming. Dr. Volkov, analyzing the data in real time, confirmed his words. The quantum signatures match. They're telling the truth. Director Blackwood's response was measured but firm. You could have shared this information instead of attempting conquest. Would you have believed us? Xerxes's form pulsed with what the quantum interpreters identified as regret. Would any species simply accept such a truth from strangers? Admiral Tanaka stepped forward. How long do we have? Based on their last known trajectory, 50 years at most. But humans. Xerxes's form brightened. Your technology, your strategies, they're different from anything we've seen. You hid your true capabilities. Developed weapons we never imagined possible. The way you think. Lieutenant Patel's voice cut through the conversation. Multiple quantum disturbances detected at the edge of the solar system. Pattern matches Xerxes's data about the Devourers. Impossible, Xerxes pulsed with alarm. They can't be here already unless. His form dimmed with realization. They followed us. Our retreat from Earth led them straight here. What happened next would become legendary. Without hesitation, Director Blackwood issued a command that would change the course of galactic history: initiate First Contact Protocol Omega. All forces, prepare to defend not just Earth, but all sentient life. Earth's defenses, already impressive, transformed again. The artificial sun from Project Prometheus split into three, creating a triangle of contained stellar energy. The quantum cascade generators recalibrated to target energy-based life forms. Admiral Tanaka's voice carried across all frequencies: Dominion forces, take position behind our defensive line. Today we fight together. Captain Winters coordinated with the lunar AI to adapt their strategies. If these beings are pure energy, then we have an advantage. Energy can be contained, redirected, transformed. The first wave of Devourers appeared as streams of brilliant light, beautiful and terrifying. They moved with purpose toward both human and Dominion ships, expecting easy prey. They found something else entirely. Dr. Volkov's voice cut through the tension: energy weapon convergence successful. The artificial suns are creating a containment field. Commander Rodriguez led the first counterattack, his ships now equipped with modified quantum weapons. All vessels, execute Pattern Delta. Force them into the containment zone. The battle that followed demonstrated why humanity's unique approach to warfare, combined with the Dominion's experience, created something unprecedented. Human creativity and adaptability merged with Dominion knowledge and resilience. Xerxes, watching human ships dance through impossible maneuvers while firing weapons that shouldn't exist, transmitted to his fleet: support their strategies. They understand warfare in ways we never imagined. The Devourers, for the first time in their existence, found themselves facing an enemy that could hurt them. Human quantum technology, combined with Dominion crystal tech, created weapons that could affect pure energy beings. Director Blackwood's voice remained calm as he coordinated the joint defense: push them back. Show them why two species fighting for survival are stronger than any predator. The turning point came when Dr. Volkov made another breakthrough. Their energy signature, it's not random. They're quantum entangled with each other. If we can disrupt one, We can disrupt them all, Captain Winters finished. All ships, reconfigure quantum cascade to frequency Omega 9. Fire on my mark. The combined fleet executed the strategy perfectly. The quantum cascade, amplified by the artificial suns, created a disruption that rippled through the entire Devourer swarm. The beings of pure energy found themselves torn apart by the very quantum entanglement that made them powerful. As the last Devourer signatures faded from their sensors, Xerxes turned to Director Blackwood. "We were wrong about humanity," he transmitted. "You're not just another species to be conquered. You're the allies we've been searching for since we began our transformation." The battle was over, but its implications were just beginning to unfold. Humanity and the Dominion, former enemies, had just demonstrated what they could achieve together. The galaxy was about to enter a new era, one where cooperation would prove more powerful than conquest. 1 year after the battle against the Devourers, Earth had transformed. The once hidden technological marvels of humanity now stood proudly alongside Dominion crystal tech throughout the solar system. The combined fleet of both civilizations patrolled the space lanes, their ships representing the perfect fusion of human innovation and Dominion resilience. In the newly constructed Harmony Station, orbiting Jupiter's moon Europa, Director Blackwood stood before the first-ever joint session of the Human-Dominion Alliance Council. The station's quantum crystal architecture reflected both species' contributions, its walls shifting between solid matter and pure energy in a mesmerizing dance. 1 year ago, he began, addressing the assembled leaders of both civilizations, "We were enemies. Today, we stand as the guardians of this galaxy." Admiral Tanaka, now Supreme Commander of the Joint Defense Fleet, brought up a holographic display showing the combined forces' positions throughout known space. "Our early warning network is operational. No energy being will enter this galaxy without our knowledge." The display showed thousands of quantum crystal hybrid sensors spread across the galactic rim, each capable of detecting the unique signature of the Devourers. But the Alliance had done more than just prepare defenses. Dr. Volkov, her laboratory now a massive research complex floating in Venus's upper atmosphere, had made breakthrough after breakthrough studying the fusion of human and Dominion technologies. "The quantum crystal matrices we've developed don't just detect energy beings," she explained to the Council. "They can reshape space itself." Grand Marshal Xerxes, his crystalline form now modified to better interact with human technology, pulsed with approval. "Together, we've achieved what neither of our species could accomplish alone. But the greatest challenges, and opportunities, lie ahead." From her command post in the Kuiper Belt, now a massive military installation protecting the solar system's outer reaches, Captain Winters monitored the prototype of their most ambitious project yet. "Project Genesis is ready for its first test," she reported. The project represented everything the Alliance had become, a massive undertaking combining human creativity with Dominion expertise. Its goal, to create safe havens throughout the galaxy where energy beings couldn't exist, using a network of quantum crystal stars. Commander Rodriguez, overseeing the test from the bridge of the flagship Convergence, gave the signal. "All stations report ready. Initiating Genesis sequence." The artificial star, larger than anything Project Prometheus had created, blazed to life. But unlike its predecessors, this star was something entirely new, a hybrid of matter and energy that could rewrite the laws of physics in its vicinity. "Field generation stable," Lieutenant Patel reported from his station aboard Harmony. "The quantum crystal matrix is holding. We're creating a permanent safe zone." The implications were staggering. Not only had humanity and the Dominion found a way to defend against the Devourers, they had discovered how to claim parts of space itself as sanctuary for all living beings. But even as they celebrated this achievement, Dr. Volkov made another discovery that would change everything again. "Director," she called through the quantum network, her voice tight with excitement. "We found something in the quantum patterns of the Devourers we defeated. They're not just predators. They're running too." The revelation sent shockwaves through both civilizations. In a private chamber aboard Harmony Station, Earth's and the Dominion's highest leaders gathered to hear Dr. Volkov's findings. The Devourers were once like us, solid beings, she explained, displaying complex quantum equations. They transformed themselves into energy to escape something even they feared. Something coming from outside our universe entirely. Director Blackwood and Xerxes shared a look that transcended their biological differences. Both understood that their alliance had formed just in time. Then we'll be ready, Blackwood declared. Humanity spent centuries preparing for threats we could only imagine. The Dominion spent millennia surviving against impossible odds. Together, we're ready for whatever comes next. Admiral Tanaka stepped forward. We'll accelerate the Genesis project. Create not just safe zones, but entire regions where we can build and prepare. Our combined technology gives us advantages the Devourers never had. The next phase of their plan was already in motion. Across the solar system, massive construction projects began. The asteroid belt transformed into a ring of quantum crystal foundries. Mars, once a hidden base for human weapons, became the center of a new civilization that was neither purely human nor purely Dominion. Captain Winters oversaw the expansion of the early warning network. We're not just defending now, she reported to the Council. We're exploring. Understanding. Growing stronger. Commander Rodriguez led the first joint exploration fleets into unknown space, their ships carrying the message of the Alliance to other civilizations. Many, seeing the power and unity of humans and the Dominion working together, eagerly joined their cause. Dr. Volkov's research continued to push the boundaries of what was possible. The quantum crystal technology evolved, allowing for innovations that neither species had dreamed of before their union. We're not just surviving anymore, she told her mixed team of human and Dominion scientists. We're thriving. 1 year after their decisive battle, humanity and the Dominion had created something unprecedented in the galaxy's history, a civilization that took the best of both species and forged it into something greater than the sum of its parts. In the observation dome of Harmony Station, Director Blackwood and Grand Marshal Xerxes watched Earth rotate below them, its surface now dotted with the gleaming spires of quantum crystal cities. When we first arrived in your system, Xerxes transmitted, his crystalline form glowing softly, we thought we were coming to save another primitive species from the Devourers. Instead, you showed us a better way. Blackwood nodded. And you showed us that we weren't alone in our determination to survive. Together, we've created something neither of us could have imagined. As if to emphasize their words, a new Genesis star blazed to life in the distance, its quantum crystal matrix bending space itself to create another sanctuary for life. It was a testament to what could be achieved when former enemies became allies, when fear turned to hope, and when the drive to survive transformed into the determination to thrive. The galaxy was entering a new age. Whatever lurked beyond the universe's edge, whatever had scared even the Devourers into their energy form, would find something unprecedented waiting for them, a unified force of life that refused to be extinguished. As the artificial star's light reached Harmony Station, Director Blackwood spoke the words that would become the Alliance's motto, "Together, we face tomorrow."